Now, for those of you who have been watching the channel for the past year or so, you'll know that, manga hauls don't come every single month like they used to, but when you see that Thepromg manga haul hit your sub box, you know it's going to be a good one. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Thepromg and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, like I said, and as you saw in the title and thumbnail, we have a manga haul, and it's been a couple months since I've done one. Over the past couple months, I've kind of just been biding my time, waiting for new releases to stock up so I can finally click check out and have a great manga haul to show you guys on video. So I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right into this manga haul, but first, I just want to thank you so much for stopping by the channel and watching today's video. I really hope you do enjoy and decide to stick around for future manga content. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. But without any further ado, I say we get right into this absolutely awesome manga haul. Alright, so we're going to start things off with the brand new manga that I bought for some ongoing series and also a couple new series I'm looking to pick up volumes for as they come out. The first new volume we got here is volume 11 of Spy Family. You guys already know that I absolutely love this series. I mean, the anime and the manga for that matter are super popular, and for a good reason. This series is just so action-packed, cute, and hilarious. And I actually ended up already reading this volume. I just could not wait a couple days ago, and the second half especially of this volume is just so tense. It also has some great humor and action mixed into it. I mean, just a great volume here. The next new volume I got this month is volume 27 of One Punch Man. Now, this is a series that I, to be honest, have not read in quite a bit. I've just kind of been letting these volumes stack up so I can binge a ton of them. Now, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I'm currently up today. I think 28 is actually coming up pretty soon here, but I've read through volume 22, so that means I have, what, 4 or 5 of these volumes to read? Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, enough good things can't be said about this manga. Obviously, the artwork, hopefully I'm not spoiling anything, just doing random pages, but yeah, this is just an amazingly drawn manga with some of the most fun cast of characters I've ever read. Also, I just absolutely love this cover. I mean, they're all great, but this one in particular is just so chill, like a road trip with your friends. You got King in the back there, Tatsumaki. This series is always such a blast every single volume. I'll probably wait till I have volume 28 and then maybe binge through them, but honestly, it's been way too long since I've read this. I really need to get back into it. Now, next up here, we have a brand new manga release for a new series that I'm adding to my collection. This series has been around, but long never been in English, but we finally have the Fable in English in this really solid looking 2-in-1 omnibus. Now, this is a series that I've just seen so much about in my time, in the manga community, but I honestly know nothing about. But I was finally urged to pick this up after I saw so many people this past month, posting this on their Instagram, people that I follow and love seeing what they pick up, and I decided it's finally my turn to dig into the Fable. I'm probably going to dive into this one as soon as I finish up a couple other volumes here, but needless to say, I'm super interested to see if the hype is real or if this is going to flop. To be honest, I'm probably favoring the first option because this seems like something that I'm really going to enjoy. So next up here, we probably have my favorite new release that I picked up in this entire manga haul. That is a brand new series from Taiyo Matsumoto. This is volume 1 of Tokyo These Days. You guys already know I'm the world's biggest Taiyo Matsumoto fan. He could put out a manga series at $100 a volume from Viz, and I would still pick up each and every one of them. Speaking of which, the brand new Viz prices are definitely hitting $28. Is kind of steep, but honestly, as long as we keep getting new Taiyo Matsumoto series physically in English, I will pay any price. And so far, I think I have a couple chapters left in this volume right here, but I'm really enjoying it. So far, this seeming to be one of Matsumoto's more chill and down-to-earth series. Usually is known for lots of zany antics with his characters and in his settings. This one is pretty realistic about these people in the manga industry, but it's honestly a very welcome change of pace. It's just so chill, again, down-to-earth, not to mention the great artwork that Matsumoto always brings. Again, I still have a couple chapters left to finish up this volume. I'm kind of taking my time with it, but I'm so excited for the second volume to come out, I believe, next month, and yeah, I can see this ending up as one of my favorite Matsumoto series he's ever put out. The next volume I got this month is volume 12 of Burinson's Fist of the North Star, another stunning looking volume in these Viz signature hardcovers. Love how these look. Again, those Viz prices are hitting a little bit harder. I think I paid like $18 for this when back in the day, you know, a few months ago, I was paying around $13, but this is another series where, you know, I will pay basically whatever price because I just love it so much. Now, you know, being the simple-minded cretin that I am, I actually bought volume 12 and forgot to add number 11 to my cart, so I am missing a volume, which like never happens to me. It's such a weird feeling because I just want to go right into this, but sadly I cannot. So I'll have to get around to getting volume 11 with that sick ass horse cover. It looks so badass, but yeah, this series, love it. Every single volume is great, and I'm excited to get into this when I get that missing volume. And the last new manga volume I bought is one that I'm honestly several months late to picking up, but I had to get it eventually. That is the first omnibus of Shinichi Sakamoto's Innocent. Similar to The Fable, this is another manga series that I remember hearing so much about, specifically with the art, you know, in the manga sphere when it was, you know, previously not released in English. But now it's here, it's in my hands finally. Honestly, I'm so impressed at the quality of this omnibus. It honestly has some weight to it. The cover, the spine look so nice, and I heard a lot of people raving about this actual physical release, and honestly, I can say it lives up to the hype. Now, like The Fable, I actually don't know too much about this legendary series, so I want you guys in the comments below if you've read this first omnibus or if you've read the entire series for that matter. Without spoiling it, let me know what are your thoughts on this series and how much do you think I'll enjoy this one. So I was just about to move on from new manga that I bought, but actually two more volumes I'll go through really quick here. First off, we have the official Berserk guidebook, and then the Flame Dragon Knight Berserk light novel. Now let me just say, I don't really need either of these two volumes. Basically just bought both of these because I've been reading Berserk recently and really just wanted to have every single English Berserk volume in my collection. The guidebook, it's cool. I like looking through the character profiles, but probably won't reference this all too often. And the light novel I have heard is absolute ass. Maybe you'll like this. I kind of doubt it based off what I've heard, but you know, it's still cool to have the final two Berserk volumes in English I was missing finally in my collection. Alright, so now we're finally gonna go into the used manga that I picked up this month, which is usually the bread and butter, the heart and soul of my manga haul. Starting things off, I found the first two volumes of Kaguya-sama Love is War at my local half-price books. Now, several years ago, I actually owned, I think, the first 10 volumes of this series, but I just never got around to actually reading it. I sold it off, but now I think I'm finally gonna give this series a shot because recently I've been seeing some other people, especially on Instagram, reading it and really loving it, as well as this just being a very highly acclaimed comedy slash romance manga, so it sounds like something that I will really enjoy. Again, don't know much about this one, but just everything I've heard makes it sound like this is gonna be one that I really like. Now, as I'm looking at the rest of my haul, it occurred to me that all of these used volumes, except for the final Holy Grail, actually picked up at half-price books, so let's keep the HPB train rolling with Volume 1 of Aqua. Now, this is kind of an interesting pickup because I believe this is compiled into the 1 through 7 Aria, the Masterpiece Flames from Tokyo Pop that I already have. So I don't really need this volume at all, but I just saw this there and I absolutely love Aria, so I decided, why not? It's kind of a cool little collector's item. Will I ever read it by itself? Probably not, but you know, just as an Aria fan, it's cool to have. Next up, we have Volume 1 of The Girl from the Other Side. These beautiful little singles put out by 7 Seas. I contemplated between the deluxe edition and the singles, which I think would just be easier to read, but ultimately, I think I'm gonna go with the singles. I don't know, you guys already know how I mostly feel about deluxe editions. God only knows I get comments on that freaking video calling me an idiot every single day. But I don't know, these singles are just the perfect size. They fit neatly in your hand. The pages are really good quality. You get that incredible artwork looking nice and clear, as you would with the deluxe, probably even more so. But you know what? I'm stubborn. I'm sticking with the singles. And honestly, after reading this first volume, I cannot wait to pick up the rest. The next 3 volumes I picked up used at my half-price books are a few odd volumes of Wave Listen to Me by Hiroaki Samura, who is the author of Blade of the Immortal and Die Vergelder. And I don't hear a lot of people talking about this one, but I love this manga, specifically Blade of the Immortal. I've heard, honestly, some pretty good things when it does come up about this series. So obviously I have to get the first 2 volumes and then fill in some gaps to finally start reading this, but you know, I'm honestly pretty excited from what I have heard about it. I've heard it's pretty chill, pretty funny, so I'm looking forward to getting into Wave Listen to Me. And the final manga volume I got used this month is actually one I've never even heard of, but the cover just had that special thing about it that made me want to pick it up. Here we have Utsubora, the story of a novelist, I believe it's called, and as you can see, this cover was just staring me in my soul. So after a great first impression, I looked up this series on my anime list. I think it has like a 7.3, 7.4. I figured, you know what, that's a good enough score to be worth my time, so I went ahead and picked this up. It was like less than $10. And from my understanding, it's basically about this novelist who succumbs to plagiarism, which is, I don't think, something I've ever read about in a manga series or any piece of media really for that matter. So I think that's a pretty interesting topic to see covered in a manga. I just have one of those gut feelings that this is going to be a very interesting read. And last but definitely not least, we have the Holy Grail manga volume that I finally have in my collection from my favorite manga of all time, Osamu Tezuka. The volume in question, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, is Unico. Now, looking at my Tezuka collection over on my shelf out of frame, I think this is officially the most expensive volume I have in my entire Tezuka collection, if not the most I've ever spent on a manga volume. You know, more than Barbara, more than Mysterious Underground Men, and that is saying something. But you know what? The amount of money that I spent on this single volume put to the side, I am so happy to have this. This is just kind of one of those volumes that's always like, am I really ever gonna own it? But now, I finally do. And if you don't know Tezuka, then just know this is one of his classics, a little bit more geared towards children, similar to something like Astro Boy, but man, I've been enjoying this one so far, not only for its story, but also the beautiful full color artwork. I think the only Tezuka volume, maybe with the exception of Mysterious Underground Men, that has full color artwork, so that's probably a reason why this volume is so desirable on the aftermarket. I don't know if this will quite crack my top Tezuka series list ever, but you know, regardless of that, I'm having a blast with this series. Can't wait to continue on and finish this volume. Lord knows I better get my money worth, but I think I will. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for today's manga haul video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the variety and the amount of manga I picked up this past month. Make sure to go down in the comments below and leave a comment telling me what your favorite pickup was that you had this month. Put me onto some series you've been reading. I look forward to those comments down below, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been Thepromg. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.